Hello, Georges. Welcome back to Dream Tones. My name is Liam. Today, we are going to make a very special video.
All right, that was my grandson. He wanted to open today's video because we had a little mishap yesterday with the voiceover and it had to be redone. So we messed it all up. So he wanted to open today's video and I think he did a wonderful job. You guys, let him know in the comment section below if he did a good job. Okay, so today's video is in honor of Aries and we're going to start with black. Red is the Aries color and we're going to have a lot of that as well. We're going to have 2 full reds and 3 blacks. I really love this set. It's crazy, and it's the beginning of a new series for us here on the channel. I love doing the 3D stuff, and you know that I love doing the mouths. So we are going to do a different mouth for every sign of the zodiac this year. And of course, we're starting with Aries because that is the beginning of the zodiac. So what we're going to do is paint these nails up and then start playing around. We're going to make that beautiful mouth. I really love the mouth, but the more that I look at it, let's grab some 3D gel. The more I look at it, the more I wish I had done the horns bigger. So as we continue in the series, I'm just going to be more large and forward with the art. So, but this was the first one, and this was my first try to put the horns on the mouth. I actually got the idea. I bet you heard that. That was a squeaky toy that my grandson just stepped on. It's my dog's toy. Actually, it's his baby. But anyway, I saw this girl, I want to say on TikTok, but maybe it was Instagram. I'm not positive. And I've seen her videos a few times. She sells keychains that are in the shape of a mouth, and she puts horns on them and sticks the tongues out and stuff. And you know, I love the tongue sticking out. That's the best. But I was just so inspired by that. And I'm sorry, I couldn't find the video when I went back to find it. So if I can, I will link her name in the description. I'm going to try to find that for y'all. But I just thought it was so cool, and it made me think of the zodiac immediately. I was like, what a fun idea. So that's what we're going to do. Of course, not every single one is going to have horns. Taurus will, which is the next month or the next sign. So we're going to be putting horns on that, but a different variety, a different flavor. And we're just going to do our best to represent each sign on the set, but on the mouth as well in whatever way that we can. If you have any ideas, hit me in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking, because this is going to be a fun series. So don't forget to subscribe. Now, one quick thing, I don't want to, harp on it or whatever. I'm late. Guys, this video should have been up yesterday. I fell back to, let's go ahead and just upload it on Saturday because I couldn't get it finished. There's a couple reasons for that, but nothing serious. Like I had a friend in from out of town. He ended up having to stay a little longer than he had originally anticipated. So that took up some of my time, which it didn't take up so much that I couldn't have gotten it done, but it got really hot too. So I'm just shaping, sorry, let me pause. I'm just shaping the mouth and adding some lines in the mouth, from where you smile or purse or whatever. And, getting our cute little, what is that called? That part of your lip that dents in. I don't know what it's called. I think I do, but I can't remember. We're going to start working on the bottom half of the mouth right now. I did cure it, so we're going to have to work a little to get the seamless, if you will. And while I do that, let's go back to, it was hot here. It got hot in March, like almost 100 degrees hot. We were up to 99 degrees a couple times, and I'm sorry, I bet it was 100 and they just didn't want to tell us. I don't know. It was hot. And even today it's going to be like 89 degrees in March. We are used to it getting hot here. Of course we are. It's Las Vegas, but in May, right? It starts getting hot in May. Like it's warm all the way up to that point, but it's not so hot that you want to die every time you go outside. So I just got a little sad about it. It's supposed to cool down after the weekend, so I'm really, really hoping that it does, because I don't want to have a 7-month summer. And if it doesn't cool down, that's what we're looking at, 7 months of summer. So it has to cool down. Put all that good juju on that, okay? So we're just about done with the mouth. Listen, I don't have any advice on making the 3D shapes except try it. You don't know how to do it until your fingers start playing with the gel or your tools or whatever. And always wear gloves, guys, please. Gloves. It matters. But just play with it. Watch a video, buy the gel, it's not expensive, and start playing around with it. And if you don't, practice, right? Because the gel does get dirty if you have to play with it too much. So you just know that you're going to waste some of it practicing. Just practice making shapes with it. Practice making flowers and stuff with it. When I'm in the groups that I'm in on Facebook and stuff, every post about making 3D stuff, it's kind of funny because what they're really looking for is reassurance that they can do it right the first time, and you probably can't. So there's no way to give you that assurity. You're going to go through product that you're going to waste. Maybe you make an ugly flower or two. So what? It's all in the purpose of art. Just do things that make you feel excited and happy. And if you're not good at them right away, that's what practice is for. Don't worry about that. Now on the red nails, and I'm only going to show you the one because otherwise the video gets too long. We're going to do some flames, and I like to do the cross method where you put down a cross, and from the top, you create the top of the flame, and then you connect it with that bottom, with the cross part of the cross, right? And get the body of your flame, right? Get the bottom part of it. And for me, it just makes everything line up better and everything matches better, right? And I never try to exactly match one side of the flame to the other. I really just want it to have that wild, undulating sort of feeling that you get when you're looking at fire. So there's lots of ways to set it up to do a flame. You can look up different ways to make a flame. You're going to get some different ways. This is just the one that works for me. Actually, my youngest daughter, showed me a video because I was struggling to get the flames right. And she happened to see the video and sent it to me. And I was like, gosh, that makes so much sense. So I've done it that way ever since. And you can see that the body of the flame is where the cross was, and everything else you just draw from those structures that you created. And while I'm curing that, let's go ahead and put the teeth in. We are not going to have a tongue on this mouth, although that might have been really cute, but I thought it would lean too much to the devil and not so much to the ram. So, because the ram is for Aries, and so we're going to do the ram horns. I'm making a mistake here, and that mistake is that I should have cleaned the sticky layer off of her lipstick, and that didn't happen. So it's okay. I end up getting it all off of the teeth before I cure it, but guys, don't forget the sticky layer. It matters. It really does. Like some things it doesn't. Some things it's fine. Like if you're going to just put down a matte top coat, make sure it's juicy enough that you're not dragging that inhibition layer with you. But also, anything, like if you're putting color on top of color or whatever, you've got to watch out for that sticky layer. You don't want to get it into the brush that you're working on, and you don't want to get it onto your uncured gel that you have to then clean up. So don't make my mistake, learn from my mistake. We're just going to press this in to make our individual teeth. This is a pretty little smile, isn't it? I love that mouth. It came out super cute. But again, I wish I'd made the horns bigger, I think. We're gonna do that now. I'm gonna show you, this is another mistake I made. I wanted the horns to be black, but not, I think I got one of my hairs in there. I dropped it in there and it picked up too much black pigment. It's actually a chrome powder, but it doesn't really chrome. But it's too much powder, and it made this gel so black that it wouldn't cure. So I grabbed another dollop, and there's actually just enough black on my fingers still, on my gloves, that it did kind of become a little bit black. There's just enough on my gloves that it got a tiny bit like transparent black, like gray, sort of. We're going to go ahead and use the pigment, though, to just sort of burnish into the inhibition layer to give us that soft black look that I was going for. So I made a nice little rope shape, just like when you make the lips, but skinnier. And I cut it in half, and I'm tapering the end so that we can get our horn shape. And then I am just going to plop it right on there. And it stuck to the red polish really well, so I'm happy about that. And now I'm just curling it around. I feel like, I want another shot at this one, right? I want the horns to be more prominent. Maybe not like by a lot, but a little bit, and maybe curled in a different way. The ram horn does curl, but I'm not sure. This is our first one of this series, which is, it's going to be super fun. The mouth series, the Zodiac Mouth Series. There you go. But I don't know, maybe I should have practiced a little bit before I did the video. I got so excited about it, and I just wanted to make something for you guys right away. But I'm not upset about it. I think it's pretty cute. I feel like I wish the horns were a little more menacing, maybe. Maybe that's it. I can't wait to get to all the other zodiac signs, though. There's so many different ideas, like, crab claws and a scorpion tail, the scales for justice. And of course, my favorite sign, which is my sign, Sagittarius, with a bow and arrow. It's going to be fun to make these nails. So definitely subscribe. Click subscribe. And like 90% of you guys are not subscribed. So click it and, stay to the end of the videos. That helps. That helps a lot too. So I'm just playing with the horns. Then we're going to pop them in the lamp. This is our thumbnail, and we are going to go ahead and create just a night sky, right, for our constellation to go on. Thank you, honey. My grandson said I'm doing a good job. I hope you agree. So this is our cat eye. We're just going to make like an arm of the galaxy sort of thing, right? I'm not sure if this constellation is anywhere near an arm of the galaxy, but that's what I'm doing. Astronomers, please correct me in the comment section below. Not that I think any astronomers are going to ever see this video. But now that the other nail is in the lamp, this one needs a little bit more black on those horns. So, and this is another reason why it's good to have cleaned the sticky layer off the mouth, because we don't want the black to stick to the mouth, right? So I am just picking it up and just rubbing it in, and it's giving it a nice, soft black sort of glow. So I'm loving that. Now, this nail, we're at black, but I am just going to go ahead and do a nice no wipe top coat on here, and this is gelin. And then we are going to come in with some black glitter and sugar it. Like a shiny night sky, right? Like when you're out in the country and you can see so many stars, it boggles the mind. Living in Vegas, I don't see a ton of stars. It's kind of a bummer. When I lived in Fresno, I saw so many stars at night because like Fresno shuts down around 9 o'clock. So it's dark, especially where I was in my neighborhood. There wasn't a ton of street lights and stuff. So now we're doing the constellation. Sorry, yakety yak. And it's sort of like a funky little check mark, right? But we're going to connect those dots and make our constellation and clean it up just a tiny bit before we pop it in the lamp because I messed it up a little bit there. And fix our dot. Boom. There we go. Some of the constellations are much bigger than this one. So I'm going to do my best to represent each one, but we'll see. It might get interesting. So, send me your good juju. I am giving this a matte top coat because I want to come in and just add, again, this is a gold chrome pigment or powder. And I don't really want to chrome it. So I didn't use no wipe top coat. I just wanted it to feel warm and glowy, but with a more of a glittery vibe. And I don't have a fine enough glitter for that. So I decided to use the powder. I'm not upset about it. But again, this is going to be a whole growing experience, this series. So I anticipate getting better. There you go. So I'm going to write Aries because, again, I'm working on my line work, and writing letters is part of that. And every single one I do gets me closer to being good at it. So Aries is an easy one to write with the exception of the S, which honestly, I didn't struggle with the S. I just made it a little too big. You'll see. And it's not too much too big. It doesn't make me like start cracking up or anything, but I knew that there was no way I was going to do better than that S. So I didn't want to mess up the rest of the letters to try to fix it. I'm really, really happy with how I wrote that. And we're going to write more stuff because, we got things to say on the channel. So we're just going to do a little bit of gemmage on these red ones, just a little AB crystal, clear AB crystals, because diamond is the birthstone for Aries. And I don't have diamonds, of course, but this is the closest I can come. I did have some like yellowish sort of gems, like yellow blue sort of shifty, and I almost went with those, but I thought that the AB crystals just worked better, so that's what I did with that. And that's going to be on both of the red nails. And then we are going to come in and add some of the same crystals but much smaller, a little more tiny, into the constellation so that pops, right? So we get that diamond shine in the stars. And then you could definitely do a matte top coat on the mouth if you wanted to. I would think the teeth should still be shiny, but because there is matte lipstick. So you could do a matte mouth, but I decided to just go all shiny because that's some pretty red lipstick she's wearing. And, who doesn't want lacquer red lips, right? I really, really wish I had the lips for red lipstick. I do not. So we don't wear it. We don't cry about it, but we do wish for it. We do wish for it. And don't forget your horns. It's important to protect everything you did there. You don't want to mess it up. My grandson is starting to be sick of the voiceover. No, not yet. We're almost done here, though. We're just finishing up our top coat. And of course, we're not going to do anything on that glitter nail. That's just sugaring. We're going to leave it sugared. And then hit this top part with the top coat. Guys, even though there are things I would do different, I still really, really love this nail. I love that mouth. It is so freaking cool. I hope you guys feel exactly the same way because I think it came out great. I want to also say thank you so, so much for coming by today and for letting Liam know how well he did with the beginning of the video. Do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye. Bye. Don't forget to hit the comments and let us know what you'd like to see in this series.
And don't forget to say if I did a good job at the start.
Yeah, don't forget, guys. Bye-bye.